Good morning, employers and my cross-functional fraternities of all the functions across the organization. In my last three videos, I have shared and I have tried to give some food for thought, some insights on world-class systems for future growth, prosperity, excellence, so on and so forth. These are world-class manufacturing, world-class services, world-class marketing. Today, I am going to talk about the fourth dimension, that is strategic quality management. I repeat, strategic quality management. My request, don't confuse strategic quality management with statistical quality control. Let us come to the point. Our focus point is quality. Hopefully, we all will agree today and for tomorrow that quality is no longer a conformance to requirements. If we say so, that it is a conformance to requirements, for itself and by itself and through itself, it gets limited. So, business environment, business challenges, customer paradigm changes, all these are requiring to relook or revisit or reinterpret the term quality as a new concept, that is, or new paradigm, that is customer loyalty to other suppliers. Again, I repeat, customer loyalty to other suppliers. In this line, in between the words, huge interpretation, huge challenges are hidden. So every organization of today and tomorrow, existing, non-existing startups, are to look at customer loyalty to the supplier as one of the most critical, most vital quality paradigm, quality dimension. Next question comes. Anybody can ask why this strategic quality management is required. Yes, it is required. Obviously, it is required. Quality is a word which has no age, past, present, or future. It is omnipotent and universal. So, strategic quality management needs arise of 5 points. Number one, right things first time right. Again, I repeat, right things first time right and every time right, not one time. Second is logistics and input controls. This is a huge area. Logistics and input control is a huge area that is directly linked to the world-class manufacturing system for its efficiency and effectiveness. Third is variability reduction. That means reduction in gaps, for which very much control is required. Control of what? Quality in strategic dimension and strategic perspective. Fourth is process capability improvement, whether it is manufacturing, as I said earlier, whether it is marketing, whether it is services, it is a process, step by step process driven, systems driven. Unless process and systems are not there, so rest of the things does not have any sense to say. So process capability improvement has to be done day in day out by way of various methods, various tools, various interventions, so on and so forth, to improve upon the capability level of all the resources. And the fifth one is, how do you do it? How do you do checks of mistakes? This is done by POCOX system, which is Japanese terminology but has got very high impact in all these needs. Next, what comes to my mind is why one organization should go for strategic quality management. Is it essential? Can it be avoided? Cannot be overlooked? Can it be catered to? Or can it be attended to? So and so forth. I am very much confident, catalytic, aggressive to say that yes, strategic quality management derives and provides benefits to, number one, the company as a whole in terms of its health, health in terms of all the dimensions and variables of organizations. In nutshell, we can say top and bottom line, or ROI, or profit, or growth, or diversification, mergers, acquisitions, so on and so forth, are reflected in terms of strategic quality management as it accelerates the growth of the organization, horizontal or vertical. Next is customers. If strategic management, quality management is done in a methodical way as the entire subject talks of, I'm not going to talk of the entire subject, it's a huge subject. Lot of exercises are there, lot of questionnaires are there, lot of measures are there. But at the end of the day, since customers are the king, customers are the deciding factor of our survival and growth, customer gets benefit if an organization follows the strategic quality management in letter and spirit and dedicated implementation day in day out in continuous process with improvement, improvement and improvement. Employees, there may be a question how the employees are getting benefit out of it. Yes, why not? If an organization follows the strategic quality management, club do it, world class manufacturing, world class maintenance, world class services, world class marketing, the company is growing, growing and growing. And the more the company grows, employees also gets the avenue in the entire employer-employee relationship as far as their careers are concerned, career progression is concerned, horizontal vertical growth is concerned, and retention is concerned with satisfaction and with loyalty. Another factor which many people may or may not agree, but it's a fact. that managers are the most important beneficiaries if strategic quality management is practiced, because strategic quality management is the outcome of world class manufacturing practices, marketing practices, services practices. And the moment these are done meticulously, categorically, catalytically, with committed and result oriented way, the manager gets relieved of day-to-day activities, day-to-day troubleshooting, day-to-day firefighting. They can focus more and more on developmental process of their functions in the organization. Next, shareholders. If and when we go for an AGM, whether MD or chairman calls the shareholder as the owner of the company, that means they are the major stakeholders of the company, having invested their money in the industry, and they are the most important stakeholders or shareholders. If a company or an organization, even entrepreneur, mini size, mid size, medium size, large size conglomerate, can satisfy the shareholders, growth has no limit. Expansion, diversification has no limit. They will go forward, they will attract more and more shareholders to invest in, to capitalize the growth of the organization in terms of market capitalization and so on and so forth. Last but not but the least, the suppliers. One may question how the suppliers have come into the purview. Yes, if a organization has been categorically reflecting on quality, strategic quality management, suppliers will be given the parameters and dimensions so that they are bound to supply the required supplies as per the quality specified. So suppliers are also at the same time very much important for this purpose. Now there are seven principles of statistical quality management. Number one is philosophy. What is that? Company has to have company wide proactive culture across the organization, which I talked of in my other videos as well. Second is approach. Approach has to be top down and bottom up, and approaches has to be in conformance with the quality requirements in terms of customer loyalty, not conformance, as I said earlier. Third one is scale. Scale means each and every individual in the organization, be a sweeper, be the chairman or CMD, whatever we call, right from the sweeper to the CMD, has to have, has to bear, has to shoulder responsibility of quality in strategic dimensions and perspectives. Next is measure. Whatever we do in the organization, whatever we do in marketing, whatever we do manufacturing, whatever we do services, whatever we deal with suppliers, and cost is the measure. Cost of quality, cost of procurement, cost of purchase, cost of services, cost of overheads, so on and so forth. All these are measured, has to be measured in qualitative way in strategic process. Next comes standard. Standard means standard has no limit. It is always progressive. So the explanation is right time, right first time. Whatever we do at that moment, it has to be right first time, no second time. If we do that, then standard goes up and goes up. Next is coming scope. Scope is, as I said in every time, scope is across the organization, whether internal or external, taking all the stakeholders into consideration, including competitors. That is the scope. It has to be company wide. And theme, what is the theme? Nothing is constant in this world. In the topic of change management, I have said change is only permanent. Change has to be there. Change is a continuous process. So, if change has to be brought in, innovation, improvement has to be carried out day in, day out, using human capability, human competencies, human skills, and human capacities. These are the themes. Now, question comes, is it so easy? Obviously, no. By the time my viewers have already appreciate that it is saying easy but difficult doing, because there are barriers. What are the barriers? To name a few, which normally we perceive, we conceive, we see, we appreciate. That is complacency. Okay, we are doing well. We are getting our due revenue, somehow or some other. Fine, it is going on. That is complacency. No need to change. Next is casual approach. Okay, this has happened, let it happen. Next time it will be correct. So casual approach is a cost and it's a barrier. Third is many companies, rather most of the companies, barring very sensitive companies across the globe, they are very, they think everything is going on fine. So what is more needed? Things are okay, things are going well, we are doing market, we are running business, we have top up top line bottom line escalation, and they take that into a very already a good mode. There no need to take further challenges. Another of is of many things. If we do this, or if we carry out these drives of strategic quality management or WCM, marketing, services, all these will cost. But they do not appreciate that today's cost is tomorrow's gain. Another barrier is important, that is looking into isolation. If anybody, any organization looks WCN concept as an isolation, then I am sorry to say, better not to go. It has to be seen as a part and parcel, core part and parcel of the organization's process, whether be it production, be it marketing, be it services, be it others whatever it is. It has to be part and parcel of the day in day out practices. Now, not from the bottom line only, it has to be right from vision, mission, objective setting, and so on and so forth down the line, and implementation from top down to bottom up. Hopefully, I could share some of my views on this, and hopefully, my viewers, the listeners, my respected employers and fraternities will appreciate the need of these four. What I have said, what I have tried to convey will be beneficial if it is practiced. And I am confident to say, because I have come across these practices for about 10 years in my earlier career, and till now I carry this in my mental framework, behavioral framework, the database, formats, statistics, all the study materials, so on and so forth with me. If anyone, any organization likes to have my support, I will be glad to meet with them, sit with them, discuss with them, and go forward for continued progress, continued success across the centuries and centuries. Thank you. Thank you very much. In description, I have given some more important information, including my contact numbers and details. If anyone has keenness to contact, please feel free, and I will be glad for that. Thank you. Thank you very much.